Hello everyone. It is Friday afternoon on September 7th, 2018. My name is Doris and this is the Knit and Purl Podcast, episode 158. I have some stash. In social media, I am One Fine Cow on Ravelry and Twitter. I am One Fine Design, the number one, on Facebook and Etsy, and I am Doris M. Smith, all lowercase and smooshed together on Instagram. In the down bar below, you will find the link to the show notes, and in the show notes at the top is my social media links. You can go click on those. This podcast has a Ravelry group, which is the Knit and Purl Podcast group. Also linked in the down bar below. Okay. I do a Ravelry group birthday shout out every podcast. And these birthdays were from September 1st to September 15th. We have Ed Hurley, who is Jean. Her birthday was on the 5th of September. We have Angie Kuntz. Her birthday was on today. Her birthday's today, actually. And Pattern Whisperer, who is Jerry, her birthday is on the 13th. So happy birthday, you all. I hope that you had will have a wonderful birthday, that you got to spend time with friends and family, that you got good fibery gifts, and that you enjoy your version of a birthday cake. Happy birthday. So that brings us to the prize draw for the summer along. What did I do with my phone? Excuse me. For the month of August, there were 2 participants. I'm sorry, let me get there. Okay, for the August along, for August, there were 2 entries, and I'm going to do a crazy random number generator. If I can find it, where is it? Lord, this is not the best possible start, is it? Found it. It's gonna be a crazy one. From number 1 to number 2. Generate. Number 1 is the winner, and the first person to make an entry was J. Mary, the last one. So please contact me, and I will give you a pattern of $5 or less of your choosing. So Mary, please contact me, and I will get that to you. Thank you so much. Okay. For October along, I plan on doing a pink along for breast cancer awareness, since October is the month, and I plan on, let me get getting my Ravelry up so I can show you. I was gifted this pattern, and I've been wanting to knit it. It is a survivor shawl. It is a It is a paid-for pattern on Ravelry. Sarah Hepworth knit that one, I'm sure. So I want to knit this. I'm going to knit this for the month of October, and I'm asking you all to join me and make something pink. And if you choose to also knit the Survivor shawl, that will give you 2 entries into the October Along. And the prize for the October Pink Along will be this beautiful hand spun by me, 138 yards of a 2-ply. And the fiber is Anzula. It is 85% Superforce Merino, or 84%, and 16% Sparkling Stellina. It's beautiful, and it will go to the lucky winner of the October Pink Along. So please join me in that. No, it's actually, this is actually 238 yards, not 100. It's 238 yards. That'll make a nice something special. So I'll put that on there like that. So this will be the prize for the Pink Along for October. There we go. Moving on to the Story of the Week and Stash Enhancement. I over the last 2 weeks, the Friday after, or the Saturday after the last podcast on the 25th, I drove to Kansas City to see my sister and my new baby, my baby niece Scarlett, great niece Scarlett, and Becky's other daughter Ashley, who just recently got married and is also due in December. So I got to spend some time with them. And yeah, it was wonderful. And I planned on inserting a little picture montage of Scarlett. So hopefully you'll see it here. I've yet to make it, but I will. So I did that, and then the rest of the time has just been status quo, working, crafting. My mojo is still low, but I think it's because of some of the projects that I have on my needles right now. When I think about having to knit them, I don't do anything. So that'll be Story in the Whips, just so you know. Also, I revisited my eyeball shawl, which is a paid-for pattern by Stephen West. I was thinking I looked at it because I was thinking I was going to like frog it and make the the potluck sweater with it, with the yarn. So I pulled it down, I opened it up, and I still love it so much. So that is hopefully going to go back into the rotation soon. There's not much left to do and it'll be finished. So not going to frog my eyeball shawl. I still love it. So stash. This came in the mail today. I ordered it earlier in the week. I think it was a Facebook thing. I saw it on Facebook and I clicked I got me some knit blockers from Jimmy Dean Wool. Jimmy Beans. Jimmy Beans. Got the rainbow ones. Yay! New tools. And y'all know I am the blocker. I will block. Acrylic gets blocked even, so because I'm never happy with the way things come out when I finish it until it's been properly blocked. So, other things. I was at Walmart, felt it like I needed a little something just because I needed to have a little therapy, so I purchased a couple skeins. This one fell apart, I don't know why. I purchased Red Heart Ombre in a beautiful pink color, just because you could never have too much pink in stash. This is ombre and the color is fuchsia or jazz or jazzy. It's called jazzy. I don't know. So, ombre. I don't know what it'll be. Sorry, I have to reach another yarn felt. And I saw on, Lord, I saw on Smells Like Yarn podcast that Walmart's brand Everyday Basic had some striped or variegated. So I got some. Pinks and purples. The color's called Purple Passion Variegate. It's pretty. It's pretty. I didn't buy them with a purpose. I just bought them because, you know, I needed a little something. And then Sunday, Melissa came over and she had been at a sale and brought me some yarn. This one is a Lion Brand ice cream. You just can't see the label because I pulled it out so I could look at it, and it had a huge yarn barf in the middle, but it's in shades of purple and white. It's beautiful. It's going to be a Christmas, it's going to be a sweater for Scarlett that will hopefully be on the needles very shortly for Christmas. Baby knits. Love it. And she also brought me 4 balls of this. I love this yarn in the color pastels, and it's like the pastels are like what do they call that? Heathered or flecks of colors. So I have a granddaughter coming in February. Let me get this up so you can see the colors, how they are flecks. I have a baby granddaughter coming in February that this might be a blanket for. 4 balls, that should be enough for a nice roomy blanket. And I believe that is all of the stash. So, finished objects. I have one finished object. I finished the modified Age of Brass and Steam, and it has been beautifully blocked. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love it. I did not, however, love it when I bound it off, but it went into soak and it went down, and I used my wires and I blocked it. And I modified it. The original Age of Brass and Steam only has 1, 2, 3. And I did 2 more of the little, yeah, you know. Anyway, I love it. I've blocked it, I haven't woven in the ends. So it fits me like the way I love to wear my shawls. Covers my arms, covers my back. Yay! After blocking, very happy with it. Okay, let me just tell you about all of this after, doing all of that. The Age of Brass and Steam is a free pattern on Ravelry by Orange Flower Yarns. The yarn is the Crazy Millins. Let me get it up closer so you can see how they... The Crazy Millins that I purchased from Deb of the Never Cast Off podcast and Etsy store. The needles I used were US 7, 4.5 millimeter. I used my Knit Pro Zings interchangeables, and I finished this 2 nights ago. 2 nights ago. And I soaked it and put it down to block, and it's finished. It's lovely, and I'm happy. So that was the only finished object. I'm not gonna even open this because I've barely touched it. This is the pinwheel shawl, which I did 1 row. So when I get a little bit more stuff on this, I will bring it back out, but alas, not now. And the other project that is ongoing in this just leopard bag is the novelty sweater. I'm not going to go into it except to say this is the thing that every time I didn't touch it this past week, 2 weeks at all. Did not touch it. Because every time I felt like I needed to be knitting on it, instead of knitting on this, I didn't knit on anything because I didn't want to knit on this. Which gave me pause. I'm like, why am I knitting something that I don't want to knit? I don't. This stuff, I mean, number one, there are gauge changes in this that I'm not happy with. And this thing is heavy, and I don't know how one could wear this in this heat of summer. Anyway, there's nothing wrong with the pattern. I'm just not enjoying it. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it away in timeout. I might come back to it next spring, or I might frog it and forget it. And it'll be something that's in a pattern in my stash that I may choose to knit at another time, but not now. I have to, and I feel, I don't, since I made that decision that it was going out of the active pile and in hibernation, I felt so much better about my knitting, and I finished, after that, I finished that. I started a few projects, plans to knit other things like the sweater. So I feel so much better. That's out. And I may come back to it. I may frog it and use that yarn for another more open and light summer blouse next year or sometime. Okay. So I started 2 new projects. I started my niece, sorry for bending, my niece who I went to saw that just got married and has a baby coming in December, does not want to know the sex of her baby, and this project is just in this crochet bag. I started the Chevron baby blanket, which is a free pattern on Ravelry by Espastrico. I think I said it right. I'm using a Lion Brand Mandela in the Gnome colorway. My needles are Addy Turbos US 5s. And here's the color. I thought these colors would be perfect to knit a unisex. It would be a good unisex knit. So I've got 2 balls of that. I modified the pattern because I changed the needle size because I changed the size of the yarn. So I added 2 more repeats of this chevron stitch. According to the pattern, you add 24 more for each new one, and that's what I did. And I started this. You can't really see it in my camera, but this orange has changed from a light to a dark. It started out yellow. It's beautiful. The pattern is so simple and easy. Simple to modify for the weight of yarn you have and for how big you want it. I think it's going to be beautiful. I just started this probably last Monday or Tuesday, a week ago. But it also has not got a whole lot of love since, because I was still thinking about that sweater and not knitting. So I started that. I have until December, so, but it'll be something I want to hurry and get off the needles. I actually have to have it by the first weekend of December because that's when I'll go see the family for Christmas. Finally, the last thing that I have started as a new project is I'm making a scrappy log cabin blanket. The log cabin is a free pattern. There's several patterns. I forgot which pattern I'm following. I just did the beginning, looked at it and said, oh, okay, that's what you do. Okay, I got this. And I went with it. I started this on Sunday. I believe I started it on Sunday. It was like, why? You've been wanting to do this for a long time. Why don't you just do it? And so I picked up the needles, picked up some scrap yarn, and started it. And it's just I'm not gonna do blocks. I'm just gonna do a big block. I'm just gonna keep adding. I didn't link the thing because maybe it was Very Pink Knits. That's who it was, Very Pink Knits. I'm following her tutorial thing, but I'm not doing the little blocks. I'm doing one huge block. So let me bring it up closer. I can't see what you're seeing. Ugh. It's fun, and I'm almost finished with all the scraps that I have that will go with the other yarn choices I've made. So that's a start, something new. I told you I was going to start that baby blanket, baby sweater. So these are the things I've been working on this week. I have a house pearl. have a health pearl that is kind of going out of sync this time, because I was just so excited about my foes that I forgot. I have a health pearl. The health pearl this week is more about a mental health. About our mental health, which is important too. So I thought I would share this beautiful thing that I found on Pinterest this week. I guess somebody used this in a school or something. Anyway, I'm going to show you the picture. It's linked in the show notes, and I'm going to read it. If you fail, never give up, because FAIL means first attempt in learning. End is not the end. In fact, END means effort never dies. If you get a no as an answer, remember NO means next opportunity. Positive thinking. I think that's a health pearl, because we all need some mental health and positive thinking things in our head instead of just the everyday yuck. So I'm going to share the Pinterest that I meant to share last week and forgot. I couldn't remember. So here it is. It is nine amazing ideas for that special skein of sock yarn. There it is. That's what the page looks like when you click on the Pinterest. And here are the 9 ideas. Where is the 9 ideas? Okay. Sorry. I had to click on another thing. And there it gives you a list. I'm just going to let you click on the link in the show notes if you're interested, and then click on the link in the attachment to find those patterns for your precious skein of indie dyed sock yarn, which I have a few and don't know what to do with them. So finally, in the down bar below, there is a link to my Etsy store. Please go over, have a look around, and if you find anything that you just can't live without, I will happily sell it to you and ship it to you as soon as I possibly can. Thank you guys so much for coming along and listening and being patient with me today with my craziness. So I will see you in 2 weeks for the next episode of the Knit and Purl Podcasts. Thank you. Bye.